the boxes. All right. Hey, everybody. What's up? Welcome to People in the Boxes, episode 95. 95, about to hit that round 3-digit number soon on the PITB, guys. It is May 23rd, 2024. 534. No, that's nothing cool. Anyway, guys, it's going to be a fun night. We've got another sort of a little bit of a continuation planned. Last week's episode was we were kind of going back through the decades and sort of picking out things that were attached to different decades and kind of discussing history. And this week it's a little similar, but not the same, because we're going to talk about your first time. Do you remember your first time? Do you remember how it was, how you felt? You know, what's up? We're going to get into it. I joke, we're going to talk about a lot of things. If you saw the cover photo, like first bike ride, first swim, first kiss, all the things that we have that in that category, right? So before we get into it, guys, make sure you hit the like button, share us out with your friends. We're going to get you on a wheel for liking and sharing here shortly. And we've got Jason with us with the 42710. What's up, man? I'll pass it to you. I see you got a nice blunt. What's up?
Always. Cheers, everybody. What up? 95. We've been doing this 95 weeks.
Yeah, it happens to be the same temperature in my house.
It's about that here. It's about that here. So, but cheers, everybody. Happy almost summer. I hope all you parents are ready for your fucking kids to be home 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, eating up all your food, running around saying, I'm bored. I'm bored.
Man. You tell someone's not happy the children will be home.
Look, I actually, a quick side note, my son's mom, shouts out to her. She got a job working at home. So now we're both on the same level, at least throughout the summer, and we can still do the back and forth thing and without the, the heavy-handedness. We got Melanie back with us. She was here last week. Thanks, Melanie. And she's been here many times. So appreciate you coming back. How are you?
I am well. Thank you.
What do you think of the TV set?
The TV set. Your TV set?
No, you see that we're in a.
Oh, is that what all that? Look at our faces. I'm sorry. I love it. Oh my God. I love it. It's great.
You see the dial, the channel dial shows you all the different locations.
It was nice on last night's show. I really enjoyed it.
I started doing it Monday, and it's like each show I just changed the channel, changed the numbers and things and the title and such. What's up, Adam? Hello.
Oh my gosh, the two separate ones too. You had the regular one, and then you had the other one that was like, and then you had the.
And it actually looks like WF, but it's what is it, VHF or something, right there next to Kim's head, which we got Kim from the Legit Bean Review Remastered. What's up, Kim? You're almost there. You're almost there. Or you think we're worried about summertime? Kim is at the end of the rope, just almost to the finish line. She's doing. I remember racing, but I was in track in high school, so it's like you're at this moment where like your legs are just numb. You don't feel them anymore. They're jello, like, and you're just still you're almost there. It's almost to the end of the race. So, how long you got?
To Jason's comment about kids being home bored, thank God. Get the hell out of there. Go home.
Right. Get out of my face.
The same thing at school. I ain't bored.
You're ready to pass them off. Go back home to your fucking parents.
Exactly.
I got 3 months without your ass.
Yeah. No, I normally miss the kids. I'm really super tired. I was just telling Waylon, this has been
Clinton, bro. I already blocked you, bro. How did you come back here?
Year for me.
Sorry, Kim. Go ahead.
Two surgeries, COVID.
Yeah, we don't work like that here, Clinton.
is he might, or what did I call him? I thought I said Clinton, but Kim, he might be on. No, he's on mine. I just blocked you last night.
He's on the Indoor Farmer because that's what I'm watching.
Get out of here, you spammernator. Kim, please continue.
Yeah, so I'm weary, I'm tired, I'm done. My patience, normally I have a lot of patience. Even at the end of the year, I have no patience left. It's like I am barely holding it together. It's been a really, really bad, awful year. This is probably the worst in 24 years. This is the worst school year I've ever had.
I had a boss years ago that wouldn't accept a 2-week notice because he says, I don't want an employee that has the fuck it. And I feel like that's what you're just, not that you're like, fuck it, I don't care, but you're over it. You're just like, fuck it, let's get through it. Let's do it.
I'm burnt. I am burnt.
Burnout.
To a crisp.
Yeah.
So I'm really, and the counselor was asking me why I wasn't teaching summer school this year. And I says, girl, I need a break. I said, I've thought about it and it's not worth any amount of money. I said, I need my peace. So, and I'm going to be, I'm in the process of maybe building a house, and there's complications with that now because there's erosion on the land, and I'm asking them to rehabilitate because it's right where the foundation will sit, and I'm getting some blowback. So it's like I'm about ready to give them the finger and tell them to keep their shit and go somewhere else.
That was one of the things I wanted to bring up is like first time, like with the owning a house, there's so many firsts. Like it was the first time I ever replaced the guts in my toilet in the back. It's not that difficult of a job, turns out. It's not the most simple. You gotta be able to let knee bone to the leg bone kind of a thing. But other than that, it is a weird sort of thing. It's when you first have to do a lot of these things. Guys, I'm getting you all on the wheel right now. Hit that like button.
First times are unknowns, and we humans feel we're afraid of the unknown a lot of the time.
Funny story about the toilet, off subject, but on subject. My first time learning, I worked for a plumbing company, and up until that point, I was in my late teens, but up until that point, I thought a toilet just came with the house. I thought it was just part of the house. Right. I didn't know it was something you replaced. So, like, I was sending a plumber out to replace the toilet, and it just fucking blew my mind. I was like, we can do that? Like, now it seems silly, but it's just what.
You can find a bidet.
First time, when I was living in California with Melanie, we had to shut off the water to the house because we had a pipe burst underneath our sink. Most people have a shut off right outside the house or in the basement or something like that. No, it's out in the yard underneath a cupboard that you have to unlock and pick up and turn it off. Do what? No.
Do you know my tile floor is still uplifted from that? And that was a year ago.
It doesn't surprise me.
What's up,
it does not surprise
me. We had
me.
2 inches of water throughout my house.
That's crazy.
That's how long.
We couldn't figure out how to shut off the water. Had no clue where it was. And I've built houses here in Michigan.
I mean,
the
positive is I now have an emergency shut off right there. They were like,
there.
The house is from the 60s, so maybe they didn't know to put that. I don't know.
Codes have changed dramatically since the 60s.
So much has happened since then that is a very distant memory.
Yeah.
So, guys, I'm pinning the StreamYard link. If anybody wants to come up, even for a minute, you don't have to stay. Lisa May, come up and grace us with your presence. Chris Eats, what's up? What's up, Scroy? What's up, Tommy?
Let's touch base real quick.
Touch my base.
Let's touch your base.
Hey, get permission. Get permission before you touch bases.
What's the first thing that comes to your brain? The very first thought. What was your first time?
When the topic arose, like it was sex is the top thing.
Sex is your
Right.
top thing.
But that's
Okay.
not what I wanted it to be tongue in cheek, but there's so many other things we don't
Well,
really
I
need.
went a little bit deeper than that and started researching it. If you ask, it is 50-50 split down the line. If
Interesting.
you ask somebody what is your first thing, or something to that question, they either say sex or they say, what are you talking about? Do you remember your first time?
What do you mean?
What are you talking about?
Yeah, I was in the
Or
tool
they say
shed. I
sex
had
right
a
off the
sweat
bat.
sock. I was in Grandpa's tool shed.
Right.
with the
Your
sweat
first
sock.
drink, your first
First drink.
smoke.
Yeah, I remember that. I had a friend of mine who was younger than me, and I was young. I think I was like 12, 13, maybe 11. I didn't drink. I just had a taste of this kid's, like his dad's beer that we drank. And like we had a taste of it in the garage. I spit it out immediately. Like, what is this?
Oh.
It was skunky as hell, because later on you realize what it means to have an acquired taste and sort of you find your flavor that you like. And there's people that still like the fruity, sweet stuff because sugar makes things easier. And you still have people that like the skunkier types of beer. I don't, I have my flavors now that I could drink if I wanted. Like, yeah, a Heineken, I'll drink that
And
here
it's
and there.
zero.
Yeah.
0-0. So
Heineken has the weed beer.
Mm-hmm.
I did try a weed beverage that was like packaged and like in a can and stuff. I forget what the name of it was. I showed it off on one of my review shows, but that was a first. It was interesting. It was like, oh, there's 10% THC.
Do you remember when non-alcoholic beer first came out?
No.
I don't remember. Oh,
they had it in Iraq while I was overseas. That was in 2004.
It was a huge thing. People were like, "What? No, you can't have non-alcoholic beer."
I remember O'Doul's. My mother's husband started drinking it in late '80s, so I know it was at least that long ago. Hey,
when I think it was Dowd's might have been the first one.
Sex came to mind when Elisa May read it. Okay. Scroy, what's up, my man? Scroy, what's up with that? Cheers, my guy. Alexandria.
Well, you have a first day of school. There's all kinds of firsts.
Yeah.
Wow.
First for everything.
First boyfriend, first crush.
I looked up the beer thing and I am actually surprised. And I've never been able to pronounce this, but it is one of not my favorite. The first non-alcoholic beer, Klosthaler, was developed in the 70s and released by 79 by the German brewing Binding Brewery. Yeah.
The first beer you said?
The first non-alcoholic beer. Yeah. It was developed in the 70s and released in the 79. Now they have Klosthaler. I don't know how to say it. They have that beer now. It is one of my least favorite, but it's still not terrible.
Rose, I believe that was probably
alcoholic beer did not hit the shelves until the late '85. So they were in bars, but did not come store wide until '85, according to this one.
Yeah, I remember it was '89 when he stopped drinking.
It took several years to fully develop the concept and redefine the production methods and the production line. Very slow to take off.
Real quick, Perry, I see you on YouTube, brother. YouTube won't get you anything though because it sucks for me and my reach. So if you want to get on this wheel more than once, if you go over to Rumble and like and comment on the Rumble, and also go over to X and like the post and hit some comments on X. Appreciate it. Anyway, go ahead, Jason. Sorry, just want to make sure people know what's up.
Oh no, the only other thing it is that it actually says O'Doul's was the first to mainstream it.
Yeah, that's a big name. The big name that kind of, I guess, figured it out. Maybe figured out the marketing. The
launch of O'Doul's in 1990 was the first to mainstream non-alcoholic beer and hit the ground running with their ads and advertising, their ads and clever advertising.
Hey, words are hard, man. I'll read like freaking. I'll try to read a story, on Wednesday, and sometimes my screen just blurs, and I'm just like the words are just blurred together.
Early 2020 has seen a rise of craft NA beer, and now it is on demand.
I know it was a big thing in Iraq. Still had your Bud Light in the PX, but it was NA. I know it's not. It's a little bit off topic, but on the firsts, I got me a little tube here of THCA, 1,000 milligrams. It is hemp derived THCA, and this was purchased at Drizzle Dab. So shouts out to Drizzle Dab, drizzledab.com.
Crystals or what is it?
Powder. It's a powder.
Yeah.
So I will be able to dab it. I think I'm going to just add it with a little bit of the crumble that I already have. Do kind of a little combo because it's such like a fine powder. I feel like it would just kind of go up too quick.
So what I do with that is I turn it into a tarantula a lot of times.
Thanks, William.
You know, where you wrap a snake around your joint or your blunt, and then you roll it in your THCA crystals there. Or you could put it on top of a bowl. Does really good on top of a bowl mixed in with that.
Right back.
Yeah, it makes the potency of the bowl better and everything. We first time got that not too long ago too. Joe got it by accident, actually.
Well,
I've never dabbed it just straight that.
Maybe I'll do that.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll do that. First time for everything.
It'll probably burn real quick if you dab it.
Yeah, that's the issue. Is I'm worried about how fast. But I was going to do a cold start with the cap on and such. So it might not.
What does that say? How much of the?
Say again. Oh, Rose says how much of the powder CBN do and crumble do the crumble.
I think he's asking like the ratio. Right.
So I don't know. I mean, I literally just thinking about it as we speak, but I actually would like to do a bit of it by itself. I
think it's more of a crystal, Rose. Isn't it like more of like?
It's like a crystally powder, man. It looks like it's like some bad things.
So there really ain't no crumble in there.
It much does look like the white.
It's not really any crumble.
No, I said crumble because I said I was thinking about adding it with some.
Mix it with yeah. So she's asking like how much of that would he mix with the crumble? Yeah.
I get it.
I don't know, but I think I'm going to change my mind and go with like just a bigger scoop of it by itself because I talked to Claire at Drizzle Dab. Check them out, East Peoria. You can get a discount, 15% off if you use WTIF15 at drizzledab.com. But he was like, yeah, he's actually got 3 or 4. I took a picture. Maybe we can pull it up later if I feel like it. But there's a THC, there's a CBD, there was CBN, I think one more that were all in powder form in this same type of a case that you could get yourself, and you can mix and match in recipes and whatever you're doing. Because some people don't want just the THC, they want some CBD, and they want a certain ratio, 1 to 1, 2 to 1. And then that way you can just go and get your own tube of whatever powders, and boom, you're in business.
Each cannabinoid has a different effect. It has a different medical quality. If you bring up the cannabinoid wheel or a cannabinoid chart, a lot of them are going to tell you what the best cannabinoid is for appetite suppressant. For muscle spasms, for non-sleeping, for stomach problems, for headache, so being able to, if you know your medication that well, and you know that, okay, I need the CBG to help me sleep at night. This is the part of the indica plant that really, really I like, but I don't like the rest of that. I don't want the body high. I just want the CBG to help me sleep. So I'm going to go get a vial of that and put that in with my edibles or smoke that or whatever.
I've got terps here I've got terps here that decrease your appetite. People don't realize that every terp does a different thing. Not the whole plant of cannabis. Not everything gives you munchies.
And
Yep.
Sir Steve-O does a terp class,
Yes.
doesn't he?
The
What is that?
terpene themed
Or
show.
something like that?
He
Say
is
again,
all
Kim.
about the terps.
What's
What'd you
that?
say, Kim?
It's THCV that suppresses your appetite, I think. Or something.
V, yes.
Yeah.
I'm actually interested in that, man, because I can tell you for sure that that's one of my downfalls with cannabis. It makes me want to have not just munchies. That's like limited to say. It's actually the fact that I want like cakes and pies and, you know, like it's anything that,
sweet teas.
yes.
The junk.
Yep.
Not just like any sweet, like I want something that goes good with milk.
You get an actual
Yeah,
sweet
like
tea.
fruit is not what. Yeah.
It might
Now,
affect
how do-
people differently too, because I don't be hungry but one time a day, and I smoke all the time.
I go back and forth. So I think there definitely is certain strains that I've had.
Is that too loud,
definitely,
guys?
gives me the munchies. And then there's other ones because I do use it medically. If I know I'm going to eat dinner and I'm going to a restaurant, I'm smoking before I go. Because if I don't, I'm going to take 3 bites and I'm going to need a to-go box. Just from my anxiety of being out in public, my anxiety of being in a restaurant surrounded by a bunch of people. I need to be relaxed. I need to be hungry. I need to be able to sit there and be comfortable. So I'm smoking before I go, taking my medication. Make sure I can do that.
Oh, that's probably gonna make an echo. Actually, my bad. Here we go. How's the volume? Is that all right? Anybody?
I think our voices are a little low, but maybe that's just me.
Do you hear the music though?
No.
No.
Yeah.
I hear the music.
I hear the music.
Jason, do you need to? Maybe is it too loud for you, ladies? Like you can all hear it. I hear it.
It's like
It's okay.
background.
Okay, good. That's all I wanted. A little background tunage. Something for the.
Look, I was at an office the other day, and it was a doctor's office. There's 3 other people in the waiting room, and I had to fill out paperwork. When I tell you it was so quiet, the noise of the pen on the clipboard was the loudest noise I've ever. And I was like, "Can we get some music or something?"
Yeah.
Can't do all silence.
Yeah. Sometimes silence is weird. I need to gain weight, Rose. I'll give you some of mine. Cray, what's up? That's the best part. Okay. I appreciate that. Sounds fine. Okay. Thank you. Brenda, hello. So what was, guys, what was it like your first time walking? You know?
First time what?
walking?
Yeah.
I had a blast.
I don't remember that.
Yeah. I think you remember before you're like 4.
I think I got yelled at.
I thought it
You're
would
not
be
fucking
funny.
supposed to do that yet.
I thought it would be
I gotta pay attention to you.
I'm sure it was a hell of a trip.
I remember my first time riding a bike. You guys remember that?
I remember that. I remember the first time I rode my bike without training wheels.
I
Yeah.
have a big scar right here from not the first time I rode my
The fuck are
tricep,
training
my
wheels?
first bike. Brother wouldn't give it to me, so I put my hand.
What are training
Still got a
wheels?
scar, Lisa May? So,
I need no stinking training wheels. Get on it and go.
did one of your parents teach you how to ride a bike? Because mine didn't.
My parents did, yeah.
My dad
I
didn't
don't-
teach me.
My mom went out and bought a bike for me and a bike for her, and so that we could ride together. Learn how to ride the bike first. So my parents put me on the bike with training wheels, and I cruised around on it. We lived on a cul-de-sac, so I cruised around on the cul-de-sac once, and then I came back and I told my parents to take the training wheels off. I didn't need them anymore.
Even for my son, I did the same thing. I held on to the seat and ran with him for a minute, and after a
Like,
day or so, he was good to go.
I took my son to this place called Bicycle Safety Town, and he doesn't want to ride on. He didn't want to ride on the street. He wanted to ride up and down the hill between the streets that are inside there. And I'm like, okay. He had those bikes without pedals. Have you seen these, Jason? We didn't grow up with these, but these are a thing now, and they were a thing. I don't think my daughter they were around. I don't know if I saw them then, but my son definitely had a bike with no pedals, and it was designed this way. They just scooted along with their feet.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I've seen those.
Oh, like yeah. So
It's
like
a
if
training
you
bike.
go even younger, they have the ones that you move. They have them in PE and physical therapy for little ones, but you just move the handlebars, and that's what gives them the go. It's a mechanism.
I miss the big wheels with the fucking handbrake. You
You
pull
can't
that
comment
bitch.
on that.
Oh.
Do a skid. Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, actually, the handbrakes for me wouldn't let you skid. It was always that you had to have the pedal brake where you can do the reverse on the pedal. Remember that?
Yeah.
The normal
That
stop.
was what I remember. Yeah,
Stacy, what's
mine
up?
mine was Chips, the
It's a
police,
balance bike.
and I remember Chips.
All right, Perry, I'm going to put you on there again, man.
Harry broke it. He broke it.
You can't comment on X yet, but you can comment on the post if you want. For sleep and pain relief, start dose could be 1 milligram of CBN per 10 pounds. Oh, that's good. Okay.
There's 5 content creators, influencers, social media people here. Do you remember your first time going live? Being on screen.
I think so. I remember the first time I recorded, I have my first episode still out there, and then I played it not too long ago, and it's just funny because you can tell I'm like nervous, but it's also really, it's a different feel talking just to the camera when you're not live than when you are. It's different. I don't know.
Yep.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember the first time.
I don't think I remember being live for the first time, but I do remember running my hosting my own live, and I was alone. Jason, you were sick that night, and we used to do a show together. And my very first one, I lasted like an hour and a half. The first half hour was grueling. I'll tell you what, it was just grueling. I felt like everything. I was just, oh God. And then it was like no big deal. It was great.
I came up with Justin and Trista.
Wow, that was your first experience?
Mhm.
And you came back?
Right.
He was
Justin,
nice then. He didn't
Whoa.
count on me or anything. So
Like, Jesus.
I haven't seen Justin in a minute. Where has he been?
He is pushing NFTs on X.
He was on, was it with you,
Bean,
Waylon? He was
gets on with Bean all
a
the
couple
time.
days ago.
Yeah, he gets on with Bean more often than anyone else, or Jay Frost. Maybe.
we're not friends.
We're friends on X. We're not friends on Facebook for some reason. I don't mean that in the just the box checked in the app. I mean he doesn't like me on Facebook, but we're good buddies on X. What's up?
Sure.
It's weird.
Yeah.
But he is a meta rebel. Shouts out to the meta rebels on the NFT gang over there. Meta rebels. Good guys. Shouts out to Dr. Heath. I am in a group over there on X of other creators. I was trying to get some of them on tonight. Hopefully I can whittle them down someday. They do spaces though. Jason, I think you might really enjoy those. It's an audio only situation. It's everybody can see your profile pictures and everyone like reacts. It's a weird thing. Anyway, we can talk about it. My first time doing it. To get back to the topic, it's a weird thing because you don't realize everyone's participating, including the audience. So like on what we do now, we're watching the comments, but what they do is they're watching these emojis pop up on people's profile pictures, pop, as they're talking. So as you're talking, you might see everyone laughing or you might see everyone like saying 100%, 100%, like they're agreeing with you, you know, and like it's this weird, like it's a different feel, you know, for sure. What's up, Donna? Hello, Timothy. I got you on there again for the Rumble. Gotcha. He's saying hi to the Brilers over there on Rumble. Let me go check in on Rumble real quick.
First concert.
Oh yeah, first concert's a good one. Yeah,
first concert is a good one.
Rumble's been letting me down, man. Rumble is letting me down.
My first concert was Nil McCoy, a country one at Six Flags. He was good.
Wouldn't let you back in, Brenda? Well, just in case you have another app, we are live on YouTube. We're live on Twitch. We're live on X, Rumble, Kick, and of course, Facebook. Yeah. So let me think. I had a couple other ones. I wrote some down here. Your first. We did this episode on cell phones, so our first cell phone was a good one. We talked about that. It was just like that's a big deal back then because it was such a new thing in general to everyone. Do you remember your first CD player when you were like you go from cassette tape and you're like, oh, there's CDs now. You gotta be careful with it, and you gotta not let it bump into things and such. Yeah. It's funny when you get something and you think
I had 8 tracks and records, and then cassette tapes, and then CDs.
Well, first day of school,
So,
Donna says.
if you scratched a record, it was so much easier to scratch a record than a CD. So, and
Really?
45s weren't that much bigger than a CD.
Yeah, that's true.
It was, and God forbid you scratch your grandmama's record or your dad's record. Oh, you getting your ass beat.
You didn't even let us touch them.
Yeah.
Oh my God! When scratching came out, I ruined so many records.
Oh,
right.
I knew nothing.
First day of school, Donna. Yeah.
Like,
I was
what'd you
thinking the first day of work. Like, it still gives me butterflies, and I get nervous in the sweats. And for the first day of work or a new job, or it's just
first impressions are so important.
Yeah,
they're so
even
they're
in an interview.
Mm-hmm.
It's going in for a personal interview. It's just gut wrenching. It's nervous.
Standing up, speaking in front of people. I had to do that for my CNA class. That was still very nerve-wracking.
Yeah, I hated talking in front of people until it was 2000 or it was either 99 or 2000 when I started doing Facebook stuff. And then it just, okay, this is easy.
You remember your first time online?
Imagine you're somewhere else while you're doing it. No,
yeah. I got nervous. It was a few months ago on X. I was about to be a speaker on at a audio space, and there were like thousands of people listening, and there was like up to 10 people on the stage, they call it, which are all speakers, and you can see the difference on the screen, and a bunch of the speakers were all like people that had several 100,000 followers. Like they were all some pretty big cats. And there was like a couple Congress people in there, speakers and stuff. And I was just like, man, I want to weigh in on this topic. I found myself getting nervous. Like I was like, whoa, this is weird. Like, because those people don't I don't get starstruck, I would just be like, what's up? But in certain situations when you really want to perform well, that's when you're going to be, and a lot of times our first time doing anything is when you're trying to, you're hoping you perform well. I get so much anxiety about things that I haven't done yet that it makes me put them off. You guys ever have that? You're like,
procrastination
moment of my day. Yeah.
Like it makes you not want to try it because you don't want to mess it up. Like, I don't want to make it. I did that with growing a lot.
I do that with a lot of home repairs. If I get nervous, or if I haven't done a certain repair, it's like, I'm gonna try to put it off, and then it's like, Jesus, that could take me 10 minutes, and it had been done fucking 3 weeks ago. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it feels good after you like. Oh, you feel more
No,
confident in it.
I mean, it feels great, but then the anger of not getting it done, maybe it's just me, but I'm
You
not
gotta
nice.
the hindsight anger. Yeah, that's hard to be. It's easy to be hard on yourself after the fact, after you do something. It's kind of like those moments where we make up terms like fear of missing out and you only live once and all these things because it helps you get over the fear of trying something new. It's most of the time what that is. All right,
Well,
fuck it,
they
I'm
say,
gonna jump. I'm fine. I'm gonna do it. Oh shit.
they say, I don't know, like, I'll say 9 times out of 10, whatever, however many percent, you
Right.
regret the things you don't do, not the things you do, because the things you do turn out to be lessons in your life. But the things you don't do, you'll never know. So and a lot of fear keeps us from doing them.
You know what sucks is regretting things that you don't even know what you did.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Regretting
First
things.
time you were told you were a parent?
Well, yeah, but no.
Huh?
For
Like, what
instance,
do you mean by that?
I think I understand what he should, but
my daughter's gonna be getting married this weekend, and I won't be there. But I don't know why. So I have regret for like I have no idea. It's what I have. You know what I mean? So
I'd totally get it 150,000%.
It's a weird feeling.
Yep.
You're like,
Do you remember the first time you were going to be told you were told you were about to be a parent?
I do. I think my daughter's mom. I think she expected me to react more, and since I had already been to war at that time, I had been to like basic and I had been to some military training. I was more desensitized, I guess, and I guess like it wasn't. I don't know. I have 6 brothers and sisters, and every one of us have had a kid before we were 20. So, to me, I don't think it gave me any kind of a surprise.
I don't even think it's in with men until it's here.
That's true.
I agree.
Like, it could have been like didn't feel real, kind of thing. Sorry, Mel. Go ahead.
I said I agree.
I knew I was pregnant. I didn't need anybody to tell me anything.
I knew I was pregnant at 5 weeks. I was so fucking sick. I
knew I was pregnant a week after.
Girl, I had a roommate when we were teenagers, so I don't condone this, but she legitimately came out of the room from doing the deed and was like, I'm pregnant. I was like, get out. That bitch was pregnant.
That's a line from Don't Be a Menace to South Central while drinking your juice in the hood.
This was probably before that time, Waylon.
All right.
That's what I was trying to say.
I didn't want to be mean, but Melanie is that old.
That movie.
I was trying to say it without saying it. Like, that movie probably wasn't even thought of.
I'm allowed to.
He's like, I got you. Don't worry about it. Nice. All right, I'm gonna give this a try. I don't know if it's just gonna go away, but we'll see what happens.
Mel, do you remember the first time we dabbed Keith?
Huh?
You remember the first time we dabbed Keith?
Yeah.
That was weird when you guys told me that you could dab Keith, and I was like, oh.
Yeah.
Then it like gums everything up and makes it pretty nasty, doesn't it?
It blacks the banger, definitely.
Yeah.
It's got to burn real fast.
Yep.
Burns fast.
It was one of those.
As long as you have that banger up to a high enough temperature, though, and it melted it. It didn't catch it on fire. It melted it.
Cheers.
And it was
We've done a lot of
hit, though.
mixtures of things. We like mixing a lot of weird stuff.
First day of school. That one, Donna, I think Donna said that one. Hi, Keisha. That one was always nerve-wracking for me as a student and as a parent.
Yeah.
So even in high school, I had that fear of a class moving or not knowing my schedule or they changed my schedule.
Forgetting your
Even my
schedule.
senior year,
Yeah.
you know, and I had that I don't give a fuck attitude. It was it don't matter. So, but it still gave me that anxiety that first day of school.
All right, we've been pussyfooting around this for a while.
Uh-oh.
Let's talk about it. First time smoking weed. Remember?
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
Was somebody pressuring you?
I pressured myself.
I don't
You just chilled
remember.
one day?
I know I started smoking cigarettes at 12 because everybody thought it was cool. I didn't inhale for like 3 months, and then they started making fun of me. And then I was like,
was
okay, see, I
delivering-
can inhale. But I also started smoking weed that year too, so I don't know. I don't know what came first.
I was delivering weed before I knew what weed was.
Well, we'll say that you may be an outlier. Maybe not for everywhere. Maybe certain areas you're not. Maybe that's the norm.
Then I smelt it, and it was like, wait, how do I make that smell like that? I light it on fire?
My
Very first time, I didn't have no papers. I didn't have no bong. I didn't have nothing. I put a bud right on the fucking table, and I lit it with a lighter, and I stood over the top of it, and
It was fun my first
burnt
time.
my face, burnt my lips.
Silly and stupid. And, yeah.
What'd you smoke out of the first time, Lisa May?
It was probably tinfoil.
It was, well, that's a step up at least from the table burning their face. Kim,
Nope, I
what'd you
set it
smoke
right
out
on
of
the picnic table, right outside. Just
Cindy, hello.
We can pinch a little bit of weed, but we couldn't take their pipe. So
I had no idea you were supposed to break it up. I didn't know any of it. I just stole a nug.
Hey, we got Keisha in the house.
Hi, Keisha.
Hi.
Guys, if you're watching out there, appreciate you all. Please hit that like button, share us out with your friends, and I will put you on the wheel. You just have to say liked and shared and mean it. Please mean it.
Oh. I was like and share. Oh, wait, I have to do it.
It's the last part that gets you, you know?
Right?
I'm going to change our background. Let's see.
You remember your first time doing your first actual drug? Sorry, I don't consider marijuana a drug.
I mean, I disagree, but I know what you mean, a harder drug. Which quick side note, I read a story, I guess, an article yesterday. Massachusetts had passed a bill to research cannabis and psilocybin and MDMA for veterans and PTSD. And I'm like, they're skipping past the softer drugs and going straight to the MDMA and psilocybin. And I'm like, dang, I even brought up that term. It's like when I was a kid, it's like you're thinking the harder drugs are definitely past cannabis. And then now they're just skipping right to it, and it's crazy.
It's going to be a Schedule 3 here very shortly. So,
but to your point, though, it was after cannabis. I had alcohol by that
Cindy
time.
sent 100 stars. Thank you, Cindy.
Cindy, thank you very much, Cindy.
I was drunk also, and I had to go home. And they were like, "We're not pressuring you, but this will sober you up." Sobered me up long enough to lay in my bed, pop my eyes open, and sneak back out. That was my first time.
Yeah, I can't see stars because I'm looking at the Rumble right now, so I appreciate
the first time I did cocaine, I was like, what? No, this can't be this good.
See, and I had already done other stuff, so by the time I tried coke, I was like, this is fucking boring. This is boring and expensive.
I remember the first time I smoked weed. Back to that, I didn't get to say mine. It was a wood tip or a plastic tip blunt, and I will never forget the way they did this. They had a metal coat hanger that they had broken to where it was just like a T shape. They could hold the T, and they like very meticulously emptied the blunt without cutting it and refilled it real slow, like, and everything.
Okay.
Yeah, and I just remember like the stupidest, biggest ass grin you've ever seen me have, and I just like my girlfriend at the time was sitting this side, her friend was sitting over here. I just couldn't stop. I just looked one side, and then just looked on the other side, and it was just totally. And like that is the stigma. That's the stereotype that a lot of people can't get around. Because I talk to these guys over on X, some of these doctors, and some of these high-end, creators over there that will trash talk it. And almost every time they create a straw man that is specifically that kid that is doing things that they shouldn't be doing, and using something where they don't understand, and is like getting the munchies and sitting down and wasting away, like that whole like stigma behind it. Like, but there's so much more behind it. There's so much nuance. I was on a space earlier tonight, just before the show, actually, where I wanted to push back about it, and I brought it up, and I'm just like, look, it's the most unique thing. Cannabis is unique among a lot of things, where there is an acceptable recreational side, and there's also a medical side, which you're going to see people literally say from the medical field, say, take this for whatever, certain insert medical ailment. My point is, like, you're not going to see anyone, no doctors are telling you to take alcohol. Here, drink this for some kind of medical reason. Like, no, like there's maybe you could argue some opiates are given for medical, but then also used for recreational. But most of us don't accept. That's not nearly as acceptable. When you look at cannabis acceptability, 61 or 62% of the population in America is
I think it's more than that.
It's probably more than that now. But when you take that into consideration, I doubt we're anywhere close to that for, like, say, Oxycontin or whatever the hell, pill or drug that you take. Anyway,
I mean, when it comes to doctors' recommendations, when I was pregnant 22 years ago, after I had him, and I was pumping because he was a preemie, the doctor told me to drink a beer. They were like, drink a beer, it'll relax you, you'll get more milk. Like, drink a beer and pump and give it to your baby. Like, it was just.
I have heard that, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's actually because now I don't drink, and that's why I drink non-alcoholic beer, because I know that the hops and the barley. It's not necessarily the alcohol that's in it; it's the hops and the barley, and the alcohol, of course, helped a little.
I guess there's very, very minimal medical benefits, like thinning your blood a little bit if that's something that you need. You might not need that. Not everyone needs it, but if it's a thing,
Cindy, we have talked about ketamine and ketamine therapy.
I've never tried ketamine.
I've had it, and it's extremely helpful.
Yeah, it did wonders for you. So.
I did DMT once. Kasia, you remember the first time you drank a beer or smoked weed?
Kasia's never done that.
Yes.
I've never done those things.
Yeah, hello, it's Kasia.
I was 9 when I got my first drinks.
Cool.
We broke into my parents let me and my brother have a little house get together while he was working, trusting us. I was 9, my brother was 10. We had all the neighbors over. We broke into their liquor cabinet, and my brother tried to clean up vomit with a vacuum. So I'm pretty sure we witnessed alcohol poisoning at 9 and 10.
Yeah.
Wow.
Really bad thing. But
At 12.
yeah, it was me and my brother. My brother was the first person I smoked with too, and he ate I made myself a birthday cake, and he cut a piece out, left that on the plate, and took the rest of it and ate it with his hands.
No, that's love right there.
It is, but you're stoned. So, I mean, as a kid, you're like, oh my God, cake.
I was told when I was younger. I remember the parties in the house, but I was told I would go around and drink what was left in the beer cans. No one stopped me, and I thought that was cool. And now, as an adult, I think how many cigarette butts and ashes and nasty shit was it? Like, you know what I mean? Like, thanks, mom, thanks.
Yeah. I remember almost drowning once before I could swim. You guys remember your first time swimming? Like where you were confident with swimming? I don't know. Maybe that's harder to remember than your first time, because most of us were in the water before we can like remember. But I do remember.
I grew up on an island, and
I believe it.
I was very, very young. I was like 2, 3 years old when we lived there, and I know I was in the water. But
did you live with Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Me?
Yeah, he grew up on an island too. Haven't you seen that movie? Twins, Danny DeVito. No, he was raised on an island, and then he goes.
Yeah.
He flies into plane back to the civilization, and he sings "Yakety yak, don't talk back," and like that was the. No, okay, that was a good one. You guys out there, you've heard of it. It's a good one. Cindy says,
I remember the one time I almost drowned, though. That was scary.
Yeah, me too. I almost drowned once. But you know what's funny? Keisha made me think of this. So many people, it's weird. It's almost like you're one or the other. You're either a person that when you try something and it does something bad to you, like say you drink a certain liquor and you had a really terrible hangover or whatever, there's that famous thing where most people, or not most people, where some people will not ever drink that liquor or not ever do that activity anymore because they had the bad experience once. Like, I don't like to eat at Culver's because I got sick from one time, and so I have this like mental thing. It's like I don't want to go there anymore, But like some of us,
I can't smell Cisco to this day.
Yeah, Cisco. That's what I had the first time I got drunk, and I blacked out and puke all over.
I can't even do the smell of it. And that was when I was a teenager, which was just a decade ago or so.
What was it? I'm sorry.
What?
Cisco? Cisco?
Yeah, it's the crack of alcohol.
Oh, I thought that was McCormick's vodka.
It's shit mixed together.
I remember doing that as a kid, like as like a 20, or I think the one time I drank in high school, it was just before graduation, and I went to some party with a bunch of kids at high school. I'd never been to parties with these kids ever. Like it was the weirdest thing seeing these kids outside of high school in a party situation, and I was like, let me try. I tried a bunch of things mixed together, whatever was left. It was like things were mostly gone, and I'm like, I'll just get like the little bits of this and that and whatever was left. And back then, the Southern Comforts and the Gold Slaughter, Oh, Adam, thanks, brother. I'm gonna read from Adam here. He says, and I'll get you on the wheel as well. Most definitely my first time smoking popcorn. The summer I was 12, and my two favorite bad influence uncles were headed to a carpet job, and I didn't realize I was high at first. We stopped at 7-Eleven to get something to drink. I remember pushing the lever for Coke, and the huge sign saying "out of order" was in my face. I looked at him and said, Cliff, it's broken. And I was getting up off my ass, and he's picking me up and saying, "Oh no, sir, he has seizures all the time."
Oh my gosh!
Oh wow, yeah. I mean, the uncle will do that. I remember my uncle, and I don't even know how old I was, maybe 6, 8, taking me to the bar when he was babysitting. Anybody else remember that? Like. It used to be the thing. Uncle so-and-so bringing you to the bar you have a Pepsi while he's drinking his beer or whatever.
A kitty cocktail. We used to go get those.
Oh, wow.
Shirley Temple.
I used to go down to the store with a note and get alcohol and cigarettes for my grandmother.
Oof. They don't let you do that anymore.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, it didn't.
No, all it took was a note, or they would call my mom.
Mhm.
That was it.
Yep, just have a note.
I'm surprised they don't let you come up like with a video call going on. Like, that's my mom. She needs
We
this
didn't
stuff.
have. Well, I guess you could
No, I
video
mean
call.
now.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, you could video call anybody. Well, they
Depends on the
Unfortunately,
gas
it doesn't.
station, man. You can go buy Lucy's in some of these like stores,
Mhm.
right? Like certain places, you can still go in for a quarter and get a stick,
Oh no,
whatever.
it's $1 for one.
Oh, is it $1 now? Okay, I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't keep
back
track
in
of
the
it.
day, it was 5
Yeah.
cents. It was great.
You remember your first
Yeah.
cigarette? I tried cigarettes when I was like 3 or 4 with my
I
sister.
remember my first, and then immediately after my first pack.
Hi,
Cigarette.
Billy.
I got caught smoking my first cigarette, and my mom made us smoke a whole pack.
I'll talk to you here, Billy.
Mad Dog. See if anyone will talk
What's
to me
up, Billy?
here. What's the matter, buddy? We're here. Were you you were somewhere that you don't belong. This is where you belong, Billy. Right where
You found
belong.
your home. Well,
I remember the first time I sang a song and recorded it and posted it with a Santa Claus costume on. It's really
Oh, wow.
terrible. It's terrible because I couldn't play the music behind because I didn't want to get copyright claimed. So singing without the music is not easy. I could hear it because I had it in headphones, but the headphone music wasn't playing in the recording. But it was just like, it wasn't good. I remember my first time on stage. I tried to do a comedian act in like 5th grade. I talked about this before, I think. Stop me if you guys remember. But I tried to be like a comedian, and I was going to do this talent show in school. My parents never let me stay after school to practice with all of them. I had 0 act. I had nothing prepared. And I remember the guy gave me one thing. He said, okay, we're going to have the spotlight. And at some point we're going to move the spotlight, and you're going to pretend to pull the spotlight back over. Oh, hey, get back over here, you know. I remember vividly him explaining this to me, but my 5th grade self had no idea what he was talking about at the time. But I remember it now because it's one of those points in my life where I'm like, oh, if I could only try that one again, you know what I mean? But to this day, it's probably what's helped me in some ways that I can't even imagine, right? Keep me humble or something, whatever it is. But I remember the only other thing besides the spotlight is I tried to recite a friend of mine's joke. He had like this long sort of drawn out joke, and I remember the joke even, at least some of it. But he's like, I'm saying the joke, and it's kind of quiet in the audience because no one's understanding where I'm going. And all I can remember is I remember hearing him say, like, he's in the audience, right? Remember, you could hear a pin drop. He's like, hey, that's my joke.
oh, God. Oh, my gosh. You're like, bro, you couldn't give me this one?
Right. So it was bad, yeah.
It was your only life raft. He's like, that's mine.
Hey, you're messing it up. He's like, oh, man.
You didn't even tell it right.
You got the creeper berry tested today at 23%. Okay. That's pretty good, Billy. Billy, I want to know who was not talking to you. I want to know what was up. You were 15 in Mexico City. Brenda, I'm not really sure which one you were referencing.
I think that was the cigarette one.
Oh, okay.
Cigarette or the drink, one or the other.
Your first time, Billy? That was your first.
Nice.
Wait, I'm confused here. So your first grow was that at 23%? Pretty
Bro,
good.
I think it's what you think, but it has
Yeah. Cigarettes, yep. Okay. Yeah, I remember this. And I think I told this story before, but my daughter, my sister and I, my twin sister, my mom was sleeping, and we were like, let's give these things a try that she's always, smoking and putting in her mouth and stuff. So we tried these cigarette things, right? We're like, ah, that's gross, right? And threw it right in the trash, still lit. Yeah, we started a house fire. I don't think it burned the house down. I'm pretty sure she was able to stop it. I don't even think she remembers these. It's funny what your parents don't remember too. And I think of this as I get older as a parent, and I'm like, like back to my daughter for a second, not to bring it down, but like whenever she does tell me whatever it was, maybe years from now, I might not even remember what she's talking about. Like, I did what? When? Like, like my mom kind of has had those situations too, where she's like, I don't remember that, or I remember something differently than when it actually happened. Because we had a story where she says my brother slid out of the car. His car was going around a corner. Car door opened up. No seat belts back in the day, right? And these bench seats, slippery ass leather bench seats, slides right out. I thought it was me. I'm pretty sure I fell out of the car. No, that was your brother. I'm like, why do I remember it differently?
Oh, wow.
It's crazy. That happened to me for real. And I was in the hospital for like a week. I had road rash from head to toe. They didn't even believe I fell out. The lady behind us picked me up, and she was honking her horn and everything, trying to flag my aunt down. And then my aunt finally pulled over, and I got back in her car, and then she took me to my mom's work, and then they called an ambulance.
Sounds about right.
There was like 6 kids sitting in the back seat, and I was on the floorboard. And it was one of those older cars, and the door came open.
What was that, station wagon?
Going around, no, it was a 2-door, I don't know, long black
This
car.
the cruiser?
What is it?
I mean, I remember laying in the back dash, so like it was nothing. Climbing up there,
It's kind of like one of the older
Shag carpet.
cars, I think. The long bodies with 2 doors.
like a Buick.
And
Oh,
we
yeah,
were
yeah.
going on the next
I was
ramp.
stuck in the trunk so many times to save money on driving.
So,
Me and
what's
my
that?
me and my sister would get shoved in the trunk. So they
For the
didn't
drive-in?
Drive-ins. Yeah.
Back.
It was great. We knew nothing about our parents knew nothing about the TV.
You're muted, or you're. I can't hear you there, Kasia.
The frustration.
She said, nope.
She got kind of animated for a minute there. I'm like, she's saying something.
Yeah,
We got Kasia saying something. What's up? And then she
I
just
know, right? Listen.
it wasn't coming through. Yeah. I was thinking the first stitches. Has everyone here had stitches for some reason or another?
Yeah, I cut my toe off.
That's significant.
Yep.
It's a little more than just stitches, but go
Yeah.
on.
No, it was just stitches. I was riding my bicycle without shoes after my mom told me not to. And my toe got stuck in the spokes of the bicycle, and yeah.
Oof. I actually had a story of like that too, but let me can we hear you, Kasia?
Yeah, but now my ADD, it just went woo.
It was gone. Oh, you had something good too. I could see it. She was I remember the answers to the universe.
I was talking about having to hide in the trunk for a drive-in to save money.
Do you guys
Got it.
remember ever laying in the bed of the trucks?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, with
And then
with
they
all
just
the
hit
floats.
bumps and you just go.
Yeah, with all your like pool stuff to go to the like lake or whatever. You ever go to like a swimming hole somewhere with all the kids? And
You gotta hold everything in hopes that the wind doesn't take you and whatever it is you're
well,
holding.
that's why the kids have to be in the back. Yeah, they have to hold everything down. Yeah, that was.
Oh yeah, we were totally there to make sure nothing fell out.
I remember me and
Absolutely.
my cousins were in the back of the truck with the inner tubes, and one of my cousins was laying on an inner tube, and we were going down a dirt road, and they hit a bump, and it bounced her and the inner tube right out of the truck.
Oh my god.
She's lucky she didn't get hurt.
I think that's why they outlawed that. There's a lot of like people would fall out of trucks a lot of times.
Yeah.
So it was right around the seatbelt law and the outlaw of all that, where most of us didn't give a shit. I was really young. And there was 2 of us females in the back of a truck and then 2 guys driving. And we were just yelling directions at them, screaming. And then all of a sudden, a fucking helicopter comes out, shines the light on us. We get surrounded with undercovers. Someone called and said that we were kidnapped. we're like, no, we're just trying to go to a friend's house. It was fucking amazing. That was the first time I had a helicopter on me. Here we go.
Wow.
The first time?
Moving on. Moving on.
Billy
Well,
has
let's do
an
this. You
invite
remember
for
the first time you killed anybody?
Let's hear about
Sorry,
that.
what?
Let's see. Billy's got an invite for us, though. He says, let's all get together at my place. We put up tents everywhere and have us a time naked. Wait, I added the last part, but
I mean,
That
I
was
guarantee it's at least like a 4-day trip for me. So
where are you? Where are you, Billy? Yeah, that's the only
He's
thing.
in
Actually,
Virginia.
you know what? I think he is on the West Coast.
No, he's in Virginia.
Never mind. He's on a coast.
I'm telling you.
Speaking of, first time in the ocean. Sorry, go ahead, Mel. I forgot about that one. I meant to bring it up earlier. First ocean experience.
You got a spammer.
That's YouTube. It don't matter. They're just helping the algorithm over there.
Oh, okay.
I was like, let me see.
Yeah, it's nothing good or nothing.
Right
Nothing fun.
after
Nothing fun.
I know,
Africa
right?
stop AIDS. Africa stop AIDS. Like, what could that even be?
What?
Like what? I don't even see the. It's just someone insane. Someone that's over there taking prescription drugs and not cannabis. Full TV screen.
Is there even AIDS in Africa anymore?
I don't
Oh,
know.
yeah.
I don't know, but I can tell you guys this
Over there.
THCA was pretty good, and I'm about to do some more. Shouts out to the THCA. Very good stuff. Guys, like and share, and I'll get you on this wheel. Appreciate all the help. It's been a weird, like, the algo don't like me lately.
So Billy says, what about the first? Billy says, what about the first time you got in trouble? I'm going to need more
Yeah,
detail.
there's levels of that.
Right. Trouble with whom or what agents?
Okay, so like as a kid, we ended up having a paddle. My dad had like a 2x4 that he cut into a paddle shape, had all of our nicknames on it, you know.
I was gonna say, I was like, we have
Mine put holes in it. Yeah, holes for maximum.
And nails, right? No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Look, y'all are gonna bring up trauma. I'm gonna need to get off and get therapy.
I mean, it could be pretty traumatic, actually. You know, I didn't have the least traumatic, but I didn't have the most traumatic upbringing.
See, I did have a small list going, and then I got sidetracked with that. And one of the most traumatic ones that I had was going to the grocery store for the first time as a adult, as living on my own, going grocery shopping.
All the first times living on your own.
That shit was like, are you fucking kidding me? How much everything cost? How much it cost for toilet paper, paper towel, and
you mean
the very first time I went grocery shopping was like, what?
You mean
after
your divorce? So I will tell you. I don't know what are you talking about. Younger or recent? Like,
well, I moved out at a very young age. You know,
okay.
I had my first apartment at 15 years old.
But
So,
you were also okay. I don't want to get you. So anyway, when he divorced, he called me and he goes, "Do you know how much fucking deodorant is?" That's how long it had been since he had been to the grocery store, and I was like, "Oh, this poor guy! Like he had no idea. He was just."
That's no joke.
Store shopping is ridiculous.
I started buying aluminum-free deodorant, and it's about double the price of your standard cheaper ones. But then
unless you get the lady speed stick.
Oh,
I did Lumi for a while.
They have one in cucumber and lavender that's kind of man-y-ish.
You know I love cucumbers.
It's like $3 something at Walmart.
I'm drinking cucumber water right now.
Yeah, Secret has come out with one. A lot of the regular brands are starting to come out with the cheap. Because I was spending $15 a bar on Lumi, for I don't know how long and all that, and it worked great. But if I
Lumi's
can get
amazing.
if I can get it from my grocery store for like a third of the price, I'm gonna do that.
Never heard of Lumi.
My aunt told me about it when she got breast cancer.
Huh.
She said aluminum free deodorant.
Yeah,
It's an
it's
all
one
body
of those
deodorant.
Oh,
you
Smash.
can put. Yeah, a female can put anywhere, like not
Well,
in anywhere, but put anywhere on their body, and it helps with.
The hefty chested women underneath.
Yeah,
Oh
the
yeah.
I'm just
undersweat,
saying there's places that,
in between the legs, the thighs. I mean, guys have thigh rub too. Y'all know what the fuck I'm talking
I do.
about.
Trust me. My
It's all
pants
that
there are
stuff.
holes in them in the middle, like right there where my thighs rub.
Well,
Yeah,
they
no,
have
Funny,
it's a thing.
Asia. Don't. What is it?
Yeah,
Champy.
Brenda, they have
Thigh
Lumi
change.
for men too. They have. I'm
shame,
sorry,
thigh
to,
shame.
no, it starts with an M. It's the same brand. It
yes.
smells amazing.
Over the shoulder boulder holder. Yes. Put me on that wheel, Billy. You just have to like and share, brother. Make sure that you like and share, and I'll throw you a
What I use is swamp ass.
Look, I'm just gonna give you give them a free little thing. It's called Mando, and it smells. I dropped my phone. It smells amazing, but it is
Okay, I got you.
Lumi for men. I need to get my phone. Ta-da.
Well, when they
Yeah.
made the Lumi for ladies, even though you can have it for both, it's unisex. They made that. What's that male one? Oh, it's like there's lady parts and then there's the man one.
All of them, Boondogger. All of
There's
them.
one called Happy Nut.
Yeah, that's it. I was like, it has something to do with balls.
Something nut.
Happy nuts.
And I'm sorry, I missed a piece of this. What's going on with the nuts?
It's lotion that turns to powder for comfort, for sweat protection, odor neutralization, anti-bat wing. Someone said,
Anti-bat
I
wing?
just figured out what bat wing was.
What is this waiting? We're just gonna see it. It just happens.
The first thing the first thing I thought of was a male scrotum bat wing, not the other type of bat wing.
What? What is the
What other
Such a
bat wing
great
would that
movie.
be on a man?
You
Yeah,
haven't
I
seen
don't think
Waiting?
they're talking about literal fucking bat.
Wait. What?
did?
What is
You haven't
this?
seen the movie Waiting?
Bat wing.
You gotta
Yeah.
see Waiting. Yeah, it's in Waiting. Exactly the exact thing that I could think of when the bat wing
that's
is
good.
when you
Yeah.
stretch it out flat and as far to make it look like a bat wing.
Your scrotum?
When I tell you, I was just reading it to read it, and then the vision of it winged out, like snapped in my head, and I was like, "Oh my fucking god!"
Yeah, it's
Wait. You have to explain this bat wing thing to
Oh, you
Okay,
can
look.
Google it.
Can I do it?
How the hell do you stretch it out to make it look like a bat wing, dude?
No, oh my
Sounds
god.
painful.
Okay, so
I'm gonna try
imagine
it.
you have the right, and then you
Yeah.
have the scrotum. Now, if it sticks to the legs, it spreads out and looks like
Colin, what's up, my man?
Oh my word.
Yes, exactly. Not to be mistaken for the wristwatch, the pigs in a blanket, or the I can't. There was another one, I think.
welcome. Anyway,
Bat wing.
joining.
Send her the link to the movie.
What
Oh
like?
my word.
You
It's
mean
a
just
2 minute and
YouTube?
16-second clip. Is actually
We can watch
explaining
it. We don't have to listen to it. We could still watch it.
Well, the
Wait,
listening to it is the best part.
yeah, but would we get dinged? Do you think?
I don't know.
You would have to change the volume of the voices that come out. I mean, like the tone.
You can
Kim, if
can
you
go.
have not
You
seen
can
that
go.
movie, if anybody has not seen that movie, it is great. Ryan Reynolds is in it. There's so many great actors in it.
Can you
Wait,
go 1.5
Yeah,
or
something I was just
1.75?
I was waiting to get in there. Yeah, I'm gonna go like a
Yeah,
different speed,
you just
be slower.
speed it up and then they don't catch it. Oh, that was
Mhm.
great. Girls don't think I have a fake. Oh my god, I have a story for this. Now I have to read the rest of this. Do not start that yet, because I'm. Hang on. Girls don't think we're gonna learn a lot about boondogger. I have a left nut till I show them, and some want to feel it to see if it's different. Long story short, they grab and touch both of them to compare them, but them can't tell the doctor was good, and you can see the scar. Can't see the scar. Okay, I have experience with.
Damn boondogger.
You had a good doctor, because many years ago, not even that many ago, somebody I was dating, and they waited a while to tell me until it got to that point, and it literally felt like a ping pong ball. I'm not even fucking lying. It literally felt like they just put in a ping pong ball, and I was like, why would.
All right.
Anyway,
well, that's a nice
I'm glad you
personality.
have two working, good looking balls.
Yeah, you would have been one nut.
The first Little Debbie
That's
turned you into Big Debbie before they were fattening. I remember the first Twinkies. I remember Twinkies before they changed.
We're like, yeah, one nut.
D's nuts, just D nut, D's nut,
Yeah, D nut.
D's nut. And never run with a stick. You will poke your nut out.
This fucking
Yeah,
name started with a D.
No, you know those the fences, the iron fences,
Wrought iron.
like
Mm,
iron fences that people used to have in their front
that has a
yards.
thing.
It
Yeah,
has like a point on the top of each
oh yeah, yeah.
iron thing.
I already.
Well, I
Classic
know
impalement.
someone who got their sack stuck on one, lost one.
Ooh,
Ugh.
And I
seems.
mean, aesthetically, they went years without it until it got to the point where in college they were getting bullied because of it
Ooh,
from
Oh my
ladies.
god.
Yeah,
yeah,
women are
So
bitches. Yeah,
it's one of those.
yeah. I mean, I could see them coming up with something that, or finding something that, gets at you. That's the problem. And not to get too dark, but like with things like racism, sexism, all these different isms, people typically, if they're really trying to hurt you bad, they're just gonna think about whatever the quickest, easiest, immutable thing about you, something that you couldn't change anyway if you wanted to, and that's what they end up picking to try to get at you. And it seems like this is one of them that they got around, and ladies just took off with it. What do you guys think? I'm gonna go to 0.75, and we're gonna play this here. There is a short clip, but
This
this
is
one does
Kim's
kind of
first
set it
time
up.
about learning about the Batwing.
Yeah, this is a Batwing,
little
and
education for you.
wait, how come I don't
I
see it?
forgot we were gonna
Girl
watch
with
it
the
that
long
week.
thing in the background.
Hey, Sandy.
I'm
It's
not
just
seeing it.
deodorant to Batwing.
Never know around here.
So, do you guys see it?
No,
No,
No?
it's super tiny.
I see us.
Oh,
Like,
I understand. I get it. Gotcha. My bad. My Batwing. So I slowed it down instead of speeding it up.
Okay, so let me tell you about this little game we play. I assume Monty went over the basic idea with you,
Still kind of
right?
low.
Yeah,
You know the object, right? I mean, to have the other guy look at you naked.
He's telling me about this game they play.
kind of a fucking sick, demented pervert, huh?
No. He told me.
Come on, bro. I'm just fucking with you. Look, man, we're all sick, all right? Now, look, the main thing to remember is to get the other guy knowing look at your cock and balls. Okay, don't just fucking pull down your pants and say, look at my dick. You gotta be sneaky. I want to go through the positions with you, okay? The first one's the easiest one, okay? Or that one, the Lord. All right? All you gotta do, pull down your pants real quick. Show them the goods. If they look, get to kick them in the ass.
Ass
Second
kick,
one
okay.
is called the brain.
The brain, yeah.
What you gotta do there is you gotta isolate your nuts with your fist. Okay, now take the time to look at it, okay? Because it bears a striking resemblance to
The brain.
and yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So that you get.
2 kicks in
So
the
now
ass.
the third one, I call
I like
it
this game.
the bat.
The bat wing. Here it is.
What you do is you take the excess skin from your nuts, you take it, you make it flat like paper. Right?
Like
And once
paper.
again,
Like paper.
take the time to appreciate this. You see that it looks all baby and alive like a bat wing, right? They look 3 kicks, all right? But you can't forget this, all right?
3 kicks.
You gotta call them a fag, okay?
Oh, wow.
Very important.
Okay.
The game loses its meaning if you don't humiliate them for being a fucking meat.
All right.
Did you ever watch White Chicks?
Whenever they let me, if they don't notice.
The movie.
Jay Williams says, "What's the Cash App?" Hi, Sandy.
Jay, what's up, man? The Cash App is an app that you can pay me on. I will take 3 easy payments of $99.95. If you start now, you can get ahead on them. We are running a deal this month. If you start in the Cash App payments, you will get a free hat. I have the hat right here, actually. Smashley, hello.
What's up, guys?
Smashley is 3 payments in on the Cash App payments. She only has 1,800 more to go. Just like all the other ladies here, they're all in on it. So let
I'm
me know.
not sure what we're talking about.
Well, someone came in and said, "What's the Cash App?" Jay Williams wants to know what's the cash. If you want to know my Cash App to tip me, my man, that's great. I appreciate it.
Yeah, like
Indoor
we
farmer.
all have Cash App, so could
Yeah,
you
like,
get
do you
some
want to
more
tip?
information?
You want me to?
I can't afford it right now.
Show something for the Cash App? What's that? What do I need to show? I can't afford it
I know,
right now.
yeah.
How far will
I think
he
he
go?
has some extra yoga footage that didn't
Rose
make
says,
it.
Rose says you can't afford it. Well, that's okay, Rose. Good night, Billy. No, I know you're going to hell now. Billy, come on. What? What happened?
I don't know. They're having their whole conversation.
Oh, I see. Yeah, but
Did you ever see the movie White Chicks?
I don't play pretend. Okay. I have. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. With the Wayans brothers.
Yeah. Don't you remember that scene where he was explaining how to give a blowjob with a dildo?
Oh my
No,
god.
he had a carrot. Oh no, there's another one.
No, it was a
Where the-
dildo and he was hitting himself in the face with it.
I don't remember that scene, but it sounds like a memorable
It was
moment.
funny.
It reminds me though of the movie. I think it was Old School with Will Ferrell, where he catches his wife with like a bunch of friends at like having a party where they have a dildo or a blowjob instructor, and the guy is like this gay guy with a carrot, and Will Ferrell like comes in to fight him because he didn't know what was happening, and he just sees like this craziness going on in the house. What's up, Sandy? Hello.
Hi, Sandy.
So I'm about to do another dab. I was gonna hit this with you, Keisha, earlier, but I got sidetracked. But cheers anyway to everybody.
Cheers.
Cheers, Smashley. Smashley is all over now. She's got how many? You got how many shows now?
Only 2.
4 shows.
4.
Only
We're in
2?
4.
Well, you do the NOK, and you're on with Rasta now. Is it just once a week, or is it?
Yeah, well, I mean, like I do my
Every
Sunday
day?
show, and then Wednesdays are
Okay.
with Rasta.
Uh-huh.
And then
Okay.
occasionally we'll do the ladies' night on Misfit
Right.
Island.
And then we see you on People in the Boxes a lot of times, at least towards the end after the kiddos are asleep. But hey, school's almost out. Are you excited?
The last day is tomorrow, actually.
So you're always out doing things with the kids. Are you one of the mothers that keep track of all the firsts, with the kids?
I used to. Well, I guess they only do the first once, right?
Kids 1 and 2 got some of that, and the rest
Yeah, so I did like the scrapbook thing, like filled with all of their stuff, but like the last 2 kids, I kind of like dwindled down, they're still unfinished.
Right. I actually had one and never used it. I was kind of upset. I wanted to do it all.
Yeah, I mean, you still can in your spare time print off some old pics.
Yeah, Brenda. I'm not sure when it is though. What's the time that you do the? It's a mental health space, isn't it? I'm not sure what the name of it is again. I've seen it a couple times.
Oh yeah. Are you talking about the Wednesday show with Rasta?
Yeah, Brenda here is asking.
Yeah, noon Eastern Standard Time. So if you're Central, was that 11?
Cheers to that. 11 Central Time.
Yeah. Bright and early.
G-Lo, come on up, man. Come on up if you want to share for a minute. You'd be welcome, my man. G-Lo was on my show yesterday, We Grow Wednesday.
Hi, G-Lo.
Good show yesterday.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. I second that.
Good show.
Thank you. I actually was really happy how it turned out. I didn't expect it because I actually found so much good information to talk about. Did I win? He said, no. But if you like and share me out, I'll put you on this wheel, just like Miss Michelle did. Good night, Jess.
Good night,
I will let you know. Jess won the Grow Fan box yesterday. Congrats, Jess.
Thank you for hanging out. Congratulations.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to get G-Lo on the wheel. G-Lo, we're talking about first times, almost pretty much anything in general. We've gone over quite a bit. Anybody remember the first time? Well, I don't know if anybody has been into a fight, physical altercation.
5. I was 5.
I have.
I don't know
whole
how many.
School career.
G-Lo's in the house. What's up, man?
What's up, buddy?
I just hey, what's up, everybody? I actually just came in to see if I win. Did I win?
You did win because you're
You're in
here.
Hawaii, so you win every day.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, how's Hawaii there, brother?
In fact, here, I'll even give you one of these because you won.
Hold on.
Now, what you won.
Thank you so much, yes.
You guys didn't know this? G-Lo is actually Alvin's voice from the Chipmunks.
I'm on the bottom, but it doesn't show what my job title is. I don't know what's up with that.
Your job title, your new job title is going to be, you're the token normie on the show, the only non-cannabis user. You're going to have to hold that up. That title is going to be a very, sought after title, I think. I'm just kidding. So what's up, man? First time. Do you remember your first time? Was it good?
I had quite a bit of those actually.
The personal
That sounded
question.
so creepy. That sounded so creepy right there.
That was by design. Okay, Stacy, bravo. I got you. No,
My bad. I apologize for
we talked about
my
alcohol
outburst.
before. Remember your first beer?
I think I was in my 20s. I didn't really drink. No, I take that back. And let me rewind. Well, if we're talking about alcohol, I think I was 7 when my dad gave me a glass of wine. But
Ever.
as far as beer,
Glass of wine. That's a sophisticated palate right off the bat.
yeah.
You remember your first time eating food on the mainland? Like, was it weird? Was it different for you at all? Did you go to something like when you first came over? Did you try some like restaurant that you'd heard of but never saw it, never had in Hawaii? Like, that's probably an interesting experience for you.
I got to be careful how I say this, but so where I grew up, we've got so many choices and so many ethnicities, right? So everything is so good. I'm not bragging because some of the food I eat, it's not who I am, but like, there's so much of good food in Hawaii, and there's so much legitimate people making it. Meaning, like, if it's Japanese, it's Japanese people. If it's Chinese, it's so. When we moved, so I used to live in the South when I was a kid. We didn't have any of that, and even here in Oregon, it's yeah. I think the thing I ate that's really good though in the South is fried chicken, collard greens, and grits. I
In the
love
South,
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
In the South, yeah.
Okay,
Go
so there
somewhere
was
else,
this.
and it won't be the same.
My aunt went
It's
to
hard to
Hawaii and she brought back a pineapple and it tasted so much better than a pineapple from the store.
We've heard about bananas in the Philippines. Not a joke. They actually have like 9 different kinds of bananas there, and the bananas we eat here are like the garbage that they feed to the pigs. There's like 9 different. There's like candy bananas. There's all these crazy bananas in the Philippines.
That's cool.
Filipino mangoes are really good.
I love mango.
Me too.
We had guys from the Philippines in Iraq that would run the barber shops. And man, you go in there and you feel like you're on the red carpet. Those guys look like they're from the Backstreet Boys. They were all slicked up, They would give you a little massage and they do this massage thing where like their knuckles would pop as they were like doing this pop, 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 and they're like their fingers. I tried to learn it, but your fingers would like make this sort of pop sound as they would like hit you. It was a crazy experience, but good stuff.
He dreams of it.
Does anybody remember their first plane flight? Has anyone not been on a plane?
Me.
You've never been on a plane, Smashley?
No.
You either? At
visit
least,
me.
mate? Holy cow.
I didn't have a fear of it.
I could see that since you've never done it, for sure.
I've been on plenty.
What about the first roller coaster, first like amusement park ride?
Adrenaline rush.
That's trippy, because back then, man, like when I was younger, like that shit. Well, I guess it's not much better now, but it was all made of wood and stuff. Like we had the Screaming Eagle at the Six Flags in St. Louis, made of wood. Trying to think of what other ones. There's a couple other ones.
My first ride was the Zipper, and mother and father had ice conceived in the carnival. So the people there knew me well. I didn't grow up in the carnival, but they knew me. And so they let me go on the Zipper at 7 years old. Let me tell you, when I tell you my hands were white as, like just white knuckle for days. It ended up being my favorite ride, and then I became a carny years later. But still,
I used to pride myself when I was a little kid, 8, 9. I pride myself on wanting to go on the big rides, the big rides.
Yeah, me too. I almost fell out of one.
Ooh, there's some wicked accidents with those rides, like decapitations and
Yeah.
such.
I've seen, actually, speaking of the Zipper, and that was the last time I rode the Zipper when I was a
Zippers.
carny.
Good
Most
God,
of
that
those
should not be
rides
allowed.
are just right. Most of those rides are just put together with a lot of art. They're like R keys, right? It's kind of like a clip to pop things in.
Yeah, it's like a
And
record set.
you missed one. Anyway, I saw a zipper car fall halfway, and the ladies fell onto the ground. Luckily, it was already on the bottom, but
Wow.
Well, I think those are either a traveling carnival
Mhm.
where
Yeah, it
they
was
could care less about safety, they just want to hurry up and go to the next town, or it's been sitting in storage for 8 months. So
yeah. Ours was we traveled every we were up running for 4 days, traveling for a day, setting up for a day, running again. It's grueling work, the traveling carnivals. You don't get time off at all. It's pretty intense.
Yeah, they're always so damn grumpy.
Did you ever think about working for like a permanent one? I guess I don't know if there are one other than like an amusement park, like Six Flags or what Wisconsin Dells. You could have gone to like a permanent one.
There's
Or you got
none
used
like
to the
really.
life.
There's none really local to me. I worked the games, which we called the joint.
Oh.
So mine was like, come on, I bet you can't do this.
oh, you're the reason why. You're the reason why I lost all my money. Hey, let's be honest. What's the
Probably.
odds? What's the odds of us actually winning? Give us a number.
So it depends. Like the shitty ones, you're gonna win every time. Like the goldfish, they don't want to keep those goldfish, right? So you're gonna win a goldfish. That's where I started, and then I went to the popping the balloons with the dart, and you win the glass mirrors. You're guaranteed to win that.
Well, there's certain prizes you want to get rid of.
I let you win some shit too. That's how you get to the carnies. You just go,
Yeah.
hey, here's the next. Yeah, you can have whatever.
Can I get another try?
And honestly, if you want one of the big prizes, you could just ask them how much.
Yeah.
Most of the time they have, because their pit boss, is what we'll call it, is constantly watching them on the traveling ones anyway, and they'll have an amount. You know, they'll be like, fuck it, they want to buy it for 100, but it's an absurd amount. Don't do it.
I'd walk up and say, I'd pull it up on Amazon, like, well, this looks like the same one on Amazon. Would give me the same deal? Knowing that they wouldn't, but it would just be funny, I think.
Security.
It's only $10 on Amazon. What's going on here? Is that $100?
There's a guy on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram. He does, I forget what they call it. It's a free fall where he pretends like, oh, let me go check your seatbelt real quick. And they check, there's no seatbelt.
Yeah.
And then he clicks a button and they just fall. Yeah.
I don't agree with that.
Wait, whoa.
Yeah,
This is
the
like
prank ones.
He's not a. It's not a fit. It's not like sanctioned. This is He's trying to hurt people.
No, he says, "Oh, your seatbelt's broken. Oh my gosh, what's wrong?" And then he starts the ride. The seatbelt's not broken. He's just like mentally. Yeah, he's freaking them out. So they're like, and then they go.
Well,
then there's already enough going
on. Sometimes they have like, wait, why does this move like an extra inch, like back and forth when it's locked in place? Like, I don't like that.
Where, yeah.
Amber says, I traded a disposable for a big prize. My son wanted, and I was so dang happy. Huh.
Yeah, and back in the day when I was a carny, weed was illegal as shit. So if you're in a different city, nowhere near home, every 6 to 8 days, you have to keep trying to re-up. You know what I mean? And I will tell you, my boss hated that the security guards and the cops would always hang out at my joint, but that's where I got all my weed from, and I would supply everybody there because fucking security knows where to get that shit. The cops know where to get that shit. It was just like
it's probably from checking everybody else's stuff.
Yeah, right. They're like, yeah, we just got this, I'll sell it to you for that. Yeah, and then I would, it was great. but it was hard to re-up, in a different city every, few
Gilo,
days.
that means getting more drugs. Just saying. I'm just kidding, man.
Well, for people that don't know, we actually opened a drug and alcohol rehab in 2019 in Hawaii, and my wife, how many years? Like 25 years now, clean. So, my whole family, trust me, I know the language, I know what it smells like, I know what it looks like. I grew up around it as a kid on a big island, so that's where I'm from. Everybody had plants before it was even legal. It's still not legal technically for recreational, but yeah. So I grew up around it. So yeah.
So this month
The whole
is
Maui
my
Wowie.
26th
Sorry. Go ahead.
Joe
This
had
month
some
is
Maui
my
Wowie when he
26th
went
year.
there.
Melanie.
This
I didn't
month,
hear you.
this month I have 26 years.
That's
I,
awesome.
Years, yeah.
yeah.
Well,
I
and
actually,
there's varying.
I bought myself a token. I don't know.
Some
I
people
usually don't.
consider
I
cannabis part of
don't
it.
like. A lot of people don't like the countdown because they feel you're counting down to, when you mess up or anything like that. It's not like that with me. I don't need the tokens to remind me. But
Mhm.
I felt this last year has been really rough, and I deserved it. So I just got it yesterday. It was pretty cool.
That's awesome.
Well, let's go.
Yeah. So congratulations to you two. That is awesome, and that's awesome that you and your wife are there.
Yeah, starting a
That
rehab
you and
like
your
that.
wife are there.
Gotta be tough. Real
And
quickly,
I love medical paperwork now. They go, do you take any illegal drugs? Nope.
yeah, now you can say that. Bean,
All
now I
legal.
got some-
Everything I touch is legal. I
Bean,
don't drink.
if you're still here,
Just
man.
drink.
Sorry, I just wanted to see how Bean's doing. He was in the hospital.
I did see that. How'd it
Yeah,
go?
so I'm hoping he's still here. I wanted to catch him before he bopped away. But if you're still here, man, let us know how you're
I
doing.
do gotta get out of here, guys, but I love you guys. So have a great night, everybody, and I will see you all later.
All right, Jason, have a good night, man. I heard that he said that the surgeries that he had done or had done. Wow, I said that twice, but it sounded right the second time. They didn't work out so well, so he's got to go get something like resurgified.
Dang.
Gerald, what's up, my guy? Hurry up and like and share the video, and we're gonna get you on the wheel. I'm gonna do this spin here shortly. We're getting close to that 2-hour mark. It's been a great show, actually. All the member berries. Last week was good too. We're going to have to hit something hard like trauma next week. We're going to have to hit something, I don't know. We've hit some things. We've hit some
I'm
good
gonna
things.
need a couple days to prepare for that, not like 15 minutes. I'm gonna need a little more.
Just you have the invite right now, all of you on the screen for sure, and all of you in the comments. You're all invited. But my point is, I want to do something a little bit more on the more difficult side next week. We've done a couple of more fun ones, so we're gonna do. We've done postpartum depression before. We've done PTSD more on like the firefighters, first responders, and veterans. But then we did relationships. We did what was it? Domestic violence. We've done that. We've talked about a lot of pretty serious topics. But what do you guys think? Is there anything out there? I think we did have a special needs episode, if I'm not mistaken. But if not, maybe we should do that. Amber, thank you. Let me throw you on there.
And trauma is such a broad topic too that I think it'd be good.
Which
even
one? I'm
going
sorry.
back to being- I said trauma is such a broad
Mm-hmm.
that it would be good. Even going back to being, clean and sober, you have to heal your trauma. It's your trauma that you were running away from. You know what I mean? So it affects everything in our life. So I think that'd be a good show.
Yeah, not just mental trauma. There are physical accidents and things that you can't recover from. I wish Jason was still here. He's got that metal. He's got like a bionic elbow. Like those are things that you can't get back, right? And so that's trauma. That's a physical trauma that obviously probably has mental trauma connected to it. And that's where there's a lot of that's a good conversation to have for sure. Maybe we try to steer it towards a specific type of trauma. I'm not sure which.
Because everybody's got trauma, and it's different for everybody.
Let's hear about your trauma. Okay, yeah, that's a good one.
That's what I was saying. It's such a broad topic that it could literally go anywhere and everywhere.
What's up, Ronaldo? Yeah, no, I like that. I like to be able to go like broaden it out, but also have it a single topic as well instead of having just an open forum. But yeah, I want to thank Gilo for coming by, man, from X. We're all. I'm trying to get everybody over there, man. I'm pulling them over one at a time, one or two at a time. I got them all coming. Ronaldo, like and share, and we'll get you on the wheel before I spin it. About to spin. Just a minute.
Gerald said he liked and shared. Good, interesting show tonight. Thank you, Perry. Hopefully we'll see you next week.
And we're gonna go to.
Hey, you can see my job title.
Oh, that. My bad. Let me go back to it.
Wait, and
we go like a little bigger. Waylon's boss.
Waylon's boss.
I thought it said, bro. I had a little tingle in my heart, and then I read it a little clearer, and I thought, oh, I guess I can handle that too. He is my boss, guys.
I'm just kidding.
A beautiful community over on X, live stream community on X is the title. And so if you're a live streamer, if you're somebody who is wanting to broaden your horizons a little bit, let me know and I'll get you in that group over there. I am on X, Rose. We are on X. Is that a question or a statement? But yes, I'm on there. Good, interesting show tonight. Thanks, Perry. Perry Wood actually volunteered, and I think I want to put this out. Anybody else that wants to volunteer to be a general mod for, I'm going to give Perry mod access to several things like my page, and also I think Locals has a mod set up, so different things like that. So if you're out there and you want to help me out in some way, and you're good at doing mods type stuff on groups and such, it's what Perry's doing. So shouts out to you, bro.
Well, congratulations, Perry. Welcome.
Yeah, I don't know if I can set up a mod on X, but wherever it is that Perry's willing to go, that he's already X. Perry, I see you in Rumble, and I think Locals and X too. So it's all good. All right, here we go. Let me make sure I didn't miss anybody. Ronaldo, if you want to get on there, bro, I'll get you on there. Good evening, nobody. I got you on here already too. I believe.
Hello, nobody.
Nobody probably popped in over on. Oh, hey, we got Bean Dago in the house.
What's
Bean.
up?
Heyo.
Put him on the big
You're
spot.
not in hospital clothes.
Yeah, we
Why
wanted
is
to see that.
volume not all the way up?
Not sure.
It said you're not in hospital clothes.
We were hoping you'd have the open backside.
I was totally hoping the wind would just.
Tony, what's
Marilyn
up?
Monroe shit. He still
I
can't hear.
Can and Grammy, what's up? Oh, okay. Well, then I should take him off of the.
Right?
I'm gonna switch phones. I can't hear you. I'll be right back.
Panic mode up there, like they want me. They want me to say something. Here. So yeah, we're gonna do this spin, but I see some new people popping through. Can and Grammy, Tony, and Ronaldo. If you want to get on, like and share it. All right, Ronaldo, I got you, bro. Thank you very much. 79 people in here. Cheers, everybody.
Puppy dog.
Fire in the hole, Brenda. Hell yeah. Did you give me? I got you, Michelle, I think. Let me make sure. I will double check. I thought I did. I saw you had said it, but maybe I didn't. Huh. I guess I don't see it. Thanks for asking. It might be there. I'll just add you. You're one of my peeps. He's back. Can you hear us?
Yeah, that's a lot better. I don't know what that was about.
He's back. Tony, I got you. What's up,
Hello,
man?
hello.
Melanie said you're not in hospital clothes.
No, I just got home.
I was hoping for a Marilyn Monroe, like, woo, in the hospital. Damn.
Brenda,
I'm
I
outta
did
here.
get you.
It's all right. I'll go put on a nightgown for y'all.
Yes, thank you.
Thanks, Canna Grammy.
So
Bean,
you
while we're
feeling
doing
okay?
this, do you want to tell us about your first time? How was it? Was it messy or?
First time.
So he's part of that side.
He's
Jason
that
told us,
50.
yeah,
All right.
that half the people will answer about sex. The other half will question what the first time is about.
See, I thought either sex or weed.
Right. Well, all the above. But what's your first, like the first memory back when you were young of doing something like ride a bike, swimming? I talked about trying cigarettes when I was like 3.
Well,
3.
I got the nickname Crash when I was young because everything that I tried for the first time failed. So the first time I tried to ride a bike, they didn't just put me on a bike and just kind of run behind me. We went to the top of the steepest hill in the neighborhood and they just let me go. I didn't understand where the brakes were, so I couldn't stop. I couldn't slow down, so I just looked for something to run into. I smacked head first into this tree. My arms and legs wrapped around the tree, and the bike went backwards, flying.
Whoa.
Dang.
Most of my nostalgia is getting hurt.
A lot of stupid stuff like that too. I remember my grandpa wasn't not my blood, but my grandma's husband, I guess. Anyway, he would build these bikes for a bunch of us, like to have like bikes for our neighborhood friends, extra bikes, and they were not well built bikes. Jenna, hello. Jenna, come up and share with us some of your first. Share with us how your first time was. Was it, hot?
Spicy.
Actually, speaking of spicy, I actually meant to bring this up. What's up, Gemini Kyle in the house? I remember.
Did you get hurt?
Who? Oh yeah, did you get hurt? That's a good one. I remember first time of what? Okay, she's with Bean on that one. All right. I remember my first time eating hot wings. I was like 20 years old. First time trying hot wings. I remember it clearly. I was with the military people up in Minnesota. We were doing I think that's when we were like doing the paperwork and going through all the testing before going overseas. And I tried hot wings. I'm like, wow, this is pretty good.
Love it first
But
taste.
Brenda, did you die? No, didn't die.
First time I saw that on a bumper cigarette.
That's a good one. I remember the first time I tried anything that was spicy. It was like a hot pepper. I was at a Super Bowl party.
Second, Billy, I'm going to spin it.
I was at a Super Bowl party, and a buddy of mine, his dad gave me a pepper, and he's like telling me it's not that hot. It tastes good. It was one of them Reaper peppers.
Oh.
I ate it. Dude, I hate onions. Like, I hate most vegetables. He handed me a pile of onions, and he's like, here, eat this lettuce. It'll make it go away. Yeah, I shoved a can full of onions in my mouth. Like,
that's love right there. That's love. That's the kind of love I grew up with too.
Yeah.
The way I brought up first time having stitches earlier, I had stitches on my head. I fell straight on my head on the concrete.
Ow.
I was at this playground in my grandma's house, and there were these two like poles that you would like each two people would climb a pole and hit a bell at the top, like a race, But these poles didn't have the bells, and there was not two people. It was just me with one arm on each pole, one leg on each pole, and upside down, climbing upward.
I see what you're describing.
Yes. Adam, are you there, Adam?
is here.
I'm being greened out. Oh, okay. I didn't have that experience. I've been greened.
Y'all are dangerous.
Not early on.
I've had only one experience of getting greened out. Dude, I never thought anybody could smoke me under the table. My ex, dude, I met my ex, and the first day we hung out, we're all smoking all day, nonstop, smoking fucking blunt after blunt after blunt. And like, we're sitting in my buddy's room, and everybody's like passing out. And this girl like is tapping people, waking them up, like, yo, you want to hit this? Like, dude, we're done. like,
the party ended.
Yeah, when my eyes close, I don't want to hit it no more.
Yeah, that seems expensive for sure. Adam, I don't think Adam is here.
I haven't seen him on your page.
Yep, not seeing him. So we're gonna have to remove. It's been at least a minute. This is no one even asked really what it's for, but it's for a game night ticket for this Sunday. I'm also going to do a spin for my subscribers tonight.
Please, I'm not even on the wheel yet.
You should have got on the wheel. Should got on the wheel. Like I think you'd have fun with the new style, the way the game is. I don't know.
Like everywhere I share it to, everybody else is already know about it.
Yeah, but I wouldn't mind like share it to your story. That's unique. No one else,
Yeah. That's a good one.
I don't mind that. Share it to your story or share it to if you're okay sharing it to your feed, anybody that's okay doing that, I appreciate it. But if you share it to a group, make sure you have permission to share it to groups. Nobody. Again, this is two weeks in a row.
Wow. I was just going to say the last time I was up here, nobody wanted. That was the first time I saw that name.
Yeah. Well, nobody is a subscriber, so they don't need to be here, but I think they are.
Nobody.
Yeah.
You know, the other day I was sitting there going through Facebook. I was looking at my notifications, and I realized nobody accepted my friend request.
I want to know how long they thought of it before, because you have John Doe out there, you got someone like Justin Sider, so like you had to be thinking about that one for a little while to be like, I'm gonna go with nobody.
Yeah.
I still don't know how they got it on Facebook. Facebook's so finicky about
or that it wasn't
if it's a professional page, you can do it.
Oh, I haven't delved deep into. Sorry, I'm not.
Yeah.
I haven't stalked you yet, nobody. I don't know what kind of page.
All right, now I got to pull up the other wheel.
I thought you can put any name up there as long as you're not verified.
Well, I believe it has to be not taken, or maybe a different spelling, or.
No.
I've tried when Georgia was created. It kept telling me use a name that you use legally. Use a name that people call you. Like it just kept saying that. Like it wouldn't let me put one-liners or a whole sentence. It was really weird. So I was just like, all right, Georgia is here today.
Until I switched my Beandongo account to a professional account, I would get hit like once a week. They would ask me for ID.
Oh wow!
Prove your identity.
No, great. Timothy. Billy Barton's just a funny guy.
Billy Barton.
It's a funny guy.
I like when a new person pops up with a name like that, and everybody just goes on a mission trying to figure out who it is.
Right.
I know who it is, and I'm not telling.
Yeah, and then there's always that one guy that sits there like, yeah, I know.
But no, for real, Michael Jackson's sister did come to my house to use the bathroom one time. All right, Chunk. All right. So this is for Elisa May. I just gave you number 20. I don't think I didn't see you last night when I was spinning, and I was waiting to find you, so I got you on there. But Bean, you can get on there too real quick if you want a minute. If you say you want a minute, I'll just switch us back to this.
Just put my number on there. I'll go do it right now.
Okay. Number 21. Number 21. Smashy, I think you got in there. I'm not 100% sure. If you're not sure, please go jump in there.
I think so.
Anybody that
I'm
is
number
a
11.
Locals member is welcome to jump in there.
Is it on Locals or Rumble?
Locals.
All right, I'll be right back.
It's a post that I pin at the top once a week, and I do it for the whole week. It stays at pinned, and that is what I pull the numbers from.
You kind of sounded Italian there.
Me?
Yeah, you're like stays up pinned.
I don't even know what I said. Oh, does it say it stays open all week? Yeah, maybe that's what I was saying. I said I don't even know what I says. Have you ever watched? Have you guys seen Letterkenny with Squirrely Dan? Oh yeah, he's good. Good guy, Squirrely Dan. All right. Smoking on PTSD.
Margaret.
This is
Sure
funny.
did.
Twisted's got a strain called PTSD.
That's awesome. I'm not sure I need any more of that.
I'm growing bipolar disorder right now.
You're growing it.
Yeah.
Oh, is that really what it's called?
Yeah. No, I'm not developing a bipolar disorder.
I feel your pain.
I'm a scientist. I am the scientist.
Gilo had something that came up. Just I saw his message. So thanks for kicking it with us, brother.
Those cherry cookies from Margaret were spectacular.
Yeah, Brenda, I'm sorry. This spin here is going to be for my subscribers on Locals, the indoorfarmer.locals.com. Everyone up here knows about it. If you want to check it out, you're welcome to. I'll wait for you. Hell, I'll wait. Everyone on the screen can leave if they got to go, and I'll wait for Brenda. We'll just chill. And I'll do
Hell, I'll wait. I'll wait for Brenda.
Hey,
yes,
I will wait. Oh, no, that's not the right song. Timothy, Letterkenny was hilarious. Thank you, Timothy, for backing me up. It's a good one. Letterkenny's a good one. Have you seen it, Bean?
No, I hear all kinds of stuff about it. I hear all kinds of good stuff about it.
You got to watch the whole first season really to before you can actually even understand what they're saying. But once you get to that point, you're like, good to go.
I have this weird thing where if somebody suggests a movie or a show, it goes to the bottom of my list.
Yeah. It is
I'm
true.
like,
It doesn't matter.
I won't like it.
It doesn't matter.
I'm like,
It says, yeah.
Yeah.
No, if someone's like, man, this one was fucking crazy. It's so hard to follow. Like, it was just, I'm like, yeah, I'm in.
But if everybody's talking about it, I'm out.
Yes.
I feel like I've already seen it.
I didn't. I never watched a single episode of the
Walking Dead.
what the Walter White? What's the Breaking Bad?
I just
caved in
that 6 months ago.
I caved in 6 months ago and watched the first season. It wasn't good enough to keep going.
I watched the
Good. Breaking Bad was good.
That's fun.
Canna Grammy. Well, thank you.
So yeah,
Appreciate you. Canna Grammy has a new page. I send me an invite to that again. I don't know the name of it. Someone sent me. I think you sent me an invite, but I think it got buried. Canna Grammy created her own page so that she can have it separated. I guess I'm not sure the exact reason, but welcome to link it in there. Keep going. Keep going. What, Margaret? Are you talking about your first time still, or just kidding? But we are going to do this spin actually. Let me check. Smashley, did you get in there? I'm not sure. Not that you have to. Locals has changed a bit. They did a whole facelift on it. So if you guys are having any trouble with it, let me know.
I don't use it.
You talking about the Locals number thing?
Yes.
Yeah, I did.
Brendra. Oh yeah, I got you on there. Okay. And it's Smashley. I think I saw it. Yeah, gotcha. And Bean was number 21. This is the last spin for this wheel anyway, so. It really helps.
You keep a wheel going for like a week or something?
The whole week. I don't keep the wheel up the whole week, but that same post, I put it up on Sunday night after game night. And I put it, if you read the title, I have the dates, 5/19/24 to 5/26/24, 1 week at a time. And I pin it. And that post for the entire week, anytime I feel, and right now I'm doing it at least 3 times a week, but as I get more people, I'm hoping to do more. I can use this method to do a whole bunch of spins whenever I feel like it, and no one has to be around. This is the best thing because this is for people that don't ever always catch every show or whatever. You just come in there on Monday, go pop in locals, get yourself a number, and never have to see me again. I mean, that's not right. Then you get stuff and goodies. Paul Kurtz in the house, smoking, choking nerd. Paul Kurtzen in the house. Beans. Timothy says, do yourself a favor and just watch the first episode. Give it 10 minutes. Wait. First episode of what? You enjoy cerebral, unexpected humor. You'll think, for Letterkenny. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh. So the closest thing I've seen it compared to is like the Trailer Park Boys. Is that an accurate comparison?
I hate
like
that comparison. No. Because they're actually much more on the side of like anti-degenerate type stuff. Like there's like a couple of characters that are the skids, they call them, which are like supposed to be like the degenerate druggies that are like goth wearing clothes, and they're always like they're outside the local like Dollar General like dancing to like music.
Like the fucking Jay and Silent Bob type.
Kinda, yeah. It's pretty funny, but yeah, I don't know. You don't know what Trailer Park Boys is, Timothy? Now that's a pretty decent one. I didn't really watch a lot of it, but I've seen some of it.
I don't like it.
Terry, you have a good one, man. Catch us some fish. He says he's going to be up at 3 a.m. to go fishing. Hell yeah! Get that.
I just decided this past week when I start feeling better, I'm gonna go get me a fishing rod and start fishing.
Hell yeah!
Go to some fishing.
I ain't never been fishing in my life.
Really? That's gonna be.
I've been out. I've been like out fishing with people. I've never fished.
That'll be a first.
I don't even know I don't even know where to start to set a hook.
I'd be too scared to fish in Florida.
YouTube.
Good luck, everybody.
Good luck.
I just paid Steve-O. Steve-O is a super pro member, so he got 25 bones for winning the wheel.
Very nice.
You get 2.5 times your subscription level. So if you're a $2 member, you get $5.
Yeah, let me go raise mine real quick.
Yeah, if you're a $5 member, you get $12.50. If you're a $10 member, you get 25 bones. I did it all though. What do you mean, Brenda? Oh, can't fish or can't finish until I go send verification email. Okay. Well, Brenda, I will. You will not be disappointed. We're gonna get you in on game night this Sunday, and you're gonna win some prizes for sure. William says, J Rock, I was getting changed. J Rock? Is that is that a movie or a show? I'm not sure. Number 7. Brenda, I appreciate you signing up. We'll get you something on game night.
Yeah, kind of grab me. I live in Florida, never fish. I'm not really from Florida. From Pennsylvania.
My God, you guys, this has happened 3 times now. The odds of this happening once are low. The odds of this happening 3 times within a month or 2 has not been a full 2 months yet. So first it happened with Margaret Jett. Margaret Jett won the number wheel, which again goes for a whole week. and she also won the like and share wheel on People in the Boxes. It was a few weeks back. And then Jess Rosebuds did the same thing. She like these are wheels that are like separate times of the week even, but then they were spun on the same day. I don't know. I think that's insane. I like the probability of it happening 3 times, because what happened is number 7 is nobody. Nobody just won the like and share wheel, and they won the number wheel. Yes.
I don't know how it is over here, but usually when I'm giving stuff away, for some reason, it always goes to the person that needs it the most or is going through something or whatever. So I wonder what nobody's going through right now.
Yeah, first it happened with you, Margaret. Yeah, that's awesome.
That's awesome. Congratulations again.
Yay.
Ticket and the number wheel.
I'm first time out, so.
All right, Elisa May. You have a good weekend. We'll be wrapping it up now anyway. I'll probably do one more dab, but thanks, Elisa, for hanging out.
Yeah.
Have a good weekend. Oh, have a nice Memorial Day weekend. I do plan on doing game night, so if anyone's bored on Sunday, come hang out.
My eye is irritated again.
That happened to my son. Yesterday we went to the Wildlife Prairie Park. It's like a zoo, but it's a preserve. So only the animals there are only native to this area. They weren't, you weren't going to find like a giraffe or whatever. So we went there, and like before we got very far in, he was like holding his eye, and we go to the bathroom to make sure he didn't have to go potty and stuff. His eyes like beat red, and it's running with like watering. I was like, "What is going on? What happened?" The first things I thought is because I had just put sunscreen and off bug repellent on him.
A chemical reaction.
He might have put his etch his eye or something, and then and so we were in the bathroom. One of the workers was in there. Like, do you want me to go get some ice? Like, well, I don't want to cool it down, but it ended up subsiding for him. So
that's good.
Yeah, it was insane, but I was worried for a minute.
I
wish I could pop it out and rinse it underwater and then stick it back in.
I mean, some people can. And,
right. I guess maybe I shouldn't be wishing for that.
Candy Granny says, Kasia, what device was that you just used? I didn't see it, but was it your Carta?
No, it was the Gravity.
Oh,
the Grab, right?
Oh yeah, can I pull you? I've seen those, but not really that close.
Yeah, but then I got a little koozie on the bottom that gives it a little bumper, so I'm not like.
yeah. Oh, because
it's so interesting that that nobody thought about that before Grab, like to make a professional one and sell it. You know what I mean?
Thanks, Margaret. What did you say? What did you say? Being my bad, I was reading.
I said it's crazy that nobody thought of making like a professional gravity bomb before Grab did. Like we've all built them, you know what I mean? But it's only recent that there's actually a glass one out there.
I've never built one of these.
Really? You just grab a 2-liter bottle and a bucket, or
in the kitchen sink? Oh yeah.
Yeah, one of them 5-gallon coin jugs of water that you turn upside down on the machine. Cut the bottom off of that. Use the bathtub.
There you go.
Yeah, the bathtub or the kitchen sink, always.
Oh, that's cool. I like that. I can't do that because I'm on a computer.
I gotta go
but something's gonna happen.
So I can't.
Have you guys seen
like this? And then
look, this week though, I did decide to not have the green screen, so I just decided to show you guys the room I'm in. Stocked up for like any major disaster, like really, I mean, there's 40 feet of concrete above me. You know what I mean? Like it's
that's all your show ideas back there.
Yeah. Those are old game night templates. Yeah. Game night actually takes up the most space on my notebooks. Like like all the time. I went to a new notebook way to do things because I had a 5-subject notebook for each show. It was getting annoying flipping back and forth. So I'm going to have one notebook. I'm going to do each show. Each episode gets its own page. Next show, game night will be the next page, and then that way, it's a little bit more organized here in the dungeon. You know what I mean? Timothy and Margaret, I appreciate your kind words. Everyone thought, never mind, we're not going to go there. All right, you guys, it's been fun. It's been real. Actually, let me do a dab with y'all. I'm in no rush. No kid tonight, so hey, let's step into the recreational zone. See, I like to point this out. Before you were here, I was talking about how I go up to bat. Like I hate to be like a cannabis activist, but I like to point out that there's nuance in it because every person I hear over on X, some of these big speakers on these spaces that they talk about cannabis, the first thing they talk about is that straw man kid that we all were on our first time when we just ended up eating everything and like passing out or whatever. Like that's the figure that they talk about, ruining your life and such. But last night I read this story about how it's actually more likely that you or what was it? There's a slightly higher than average percentage chance that you increase light activity right after smoking.
Yeah.
I would say for the most part, when you're coming down 2 hours later, you're getting tired. Maybe then that's kind of the issue.
Yeah. It probably depends on what you're smoking and how much.
That's the thing is that we were as kids as that stereotype that they're talking about, and I was 18 when I first tried it, but we didn't know about all of those medicinal side of things. The fact that CBD really is much more important than we thought. Making sure that's in your system. Like there's so many things that we just didn't know when we were just trying to let me do something. Whatever.
But also just like anything, you're gonna have that negative group of people that you can point at and be like, look, that's what it is, like the burnouts and shit,
Right. Those are the people that are just trying to escape reality. And I'm not gonna lie, I've had those times in my life where I just didn't. And you know what? Cannabis, yes, is one of those. But a big one was video games. I could just immerse myself. I could find bootleg games. I can just be, immerse myself in wonderful worlds,
I hate video games. You get out of nowhere, you're like, where did 2 hours go?
Right.
Like,
no problem there.
I just got an Oculus that I've been playing with my son, and then he gets off, and I keep playing, and I'm like, 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm sitting there like,
I got this for us, son.
Yeah.
Go to bed.
He's like, oh shit, people in the boxes is on. Oh, I'll keep going. But no, that I could imagine that being even worse with a new gadget, new toy like that.
Yeah.
You're like, oh son, you got to go to bed. It's a school tomorrow, and you just like, I'm gonna stay up for another 4 or 5 hours. Yeah, that's been bad for me. Some people just can't take a joke. You're right, Billy. You're right.
That is definitely a blast, though, for a long distance relationship. The Oculus, the VR world, like for us to have that connection and like pretty much be in the same space and run around, and you know what I mean.
Have you tried this?
Yeah, I just bought him an Oculus for his birthday, and so I decided to get myself one so that we could play together.
Right. So you tried the just like chatting together where you're on the.
We like jump in a party together and we'll run around different worlds and like.
I feel like when it was like, have you tried talking to your kid?
Yeah, like I mean,
no, when he was like, have you tried chatting? The first thing I thought of was like, have you tried talking to your kid instead of Oculus?
Right. No, there's this video.
It's like, damn, dude.
Was it Mark Zuckerberg in that video where they're like, they like tested it and they were showing it off where it looked like there were two people in the same room, but they were actually using the Oculus.
Yeah.
I remember that.
I haven't found anything on there that's actually that advanced that makes you look like a real person.
Yeah, it's still cartoon, I feel.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I got to say that's what annoys me about. I thought they say get a green screen. They say get it. You'll be you can do all this cool stuff like in the movies and like Avatar and stuff. But like you can't even like the green screen can't even handle this little spring right here. You see that
Yeah.
like this black line. It's like in and out looking like cartoon. Like my skin looks cartoonish and sometimes.
Yeah.
And so I don't know. I'm probably doing something wrong. I'll give you that. But it's a funny thing though. It's like where's the movie style? Although you see in CGI, as far as movies go, the more time they spend, the better it looks. And that's when you see the movies like Avatar, and then you see movies like that Superman movie where Superman's mustache was all jacked up because they tried to erase his mustache after the movie. You guys remember this? It was so bad. Like his mouth was all like fake, looking like Shrek and stuff. And it was just a finished movie. Like, here you go, the public. Like it's Henry Cavill. It's like they spent almost no time at all on it. All right, dab time, and then let's go. My bad. I'm not trying to hold anyone up. Appreciate everyone coming tonight. It's been a great episode. Till next week, though, talking trauma, right, Elisa May? All right, you're out there? Yeah, she's out there. Oh, man. I should have told you guys about the first time I watched somebody die. Scared me. Yeah, that's pretty fuzzed up. Anyone seen a dead body? I've seen a dead body, but many times working at the hospital and such. It is pretty freaky. One time, my friends and I walked on this railroad track. No, never mind. Go ahead, Bean.
No, I was just saying the
I'll
only
save
time
my
I heard
story
about
for
funeral.
the trauma. Go on.
Yeah, that's a good one for trauma.
He's like, I would, but everyone's.
Sorry, Bean. Go
I know,
ahead.
right? You could just keep talking. Go on.
I literally only had one sentence to say. That was it.
It's all you.
Have a good night. Thanks for having me up.
Have a
Love
great
your
night.
face.
Oh,
Sleep
Katie's
well.
going to fix it this time.
Can-
Hi, Katie.
Can you say that one sentence again?
Yeah, I
Because we
want to
all
hear it now. I really got to hear it.
What?
From
I was
Bean.
just saying the only time I've ever seen a dead body is at a funeral. That's it.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
Thank
same.
It wasn't important. That's why I wasn't stressing it.
That's
No,
probably
I would have thought about that for the rest of my. I would be like, you cut him off, and he had one sentence to say.
Sorry.
Thanks, Brenda, for hanging out. And, everybody, appreciate it. Yeah, Bean, that would have been actually probably the least fun way to see a dead body because, you're attached to that person in some way.
Yeah, and it's weird. It gives me the heebie-jeebies.
Well, we
Tune
had.
in next week for a more least fun way.
Yeah, we'll leave it on that. We'll leave it on that, and we'll talk more about that. Well, that'll be our segue to the trauma, like first time, and then further times. How many dead bodies?
Definitely needs to be trigger warning. Like trigger warning times to be on. For sure.
I think that's what you should change the name of the show to.
Trigger warning could be good, but I think it's been done.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Hey,
If it
can I
hadn't
steal
been done.
that idea though? That's a good idea. If you see it pop up somewhere, don't get mad at me.
I think it's already been a thing, but you're welcome to take it.
I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to him because he made
Oh.
it up. But thank you. And I was just kidding.
You're right. Well, Bean, you can have arbitership of the what was it called again? Who's
Trigger
line
warning.
anyway? Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
Warnings of triggers.
So who the
Alright.
fuck cares whose line it is anyway?
Yeah, actually, they're coming in town, clear nearby. I'm hoping to go and get backstage and try to interview them. Anyway, it's been fun. Thanks, guys. If you haven't yet, hit that like button, guys. If you like any of these lovely folks on the screen, please go check them out, follow them, and all that such. Have a great weekend. Happy Memorial Day. Peace out, everybody.
Bye.